So the executioner story has kind of put me in a mood for humor, so I decided to try this book. It's called My Roommate from Hell by Cale, Dietrich. The main character, Owen, is beginning his first year at college and he's super excited about it even though things are already kind of not going as planned. Like, his original idea was to attend this new school with his best friend, like they were going to go together, he was going to study hard and land a really good job afterwards so that he would no longer have to worry about his family's financial future, like they've been kind of having a rough time lately. But shortly before this school year is set to start, like his best friend tells him that, since she is pregnant, she has decided to go to a school closer to home instead. So now Owen's going on his own. And when he arrives, he discovers that instead of the nice, normal roommate that he had originally been corresponding with, there's been a last-minute change in plans, and he is now rooming with the Prince of Hell. So a little clarification, it's not actual hell, like in the biblical sense. In this particular universe, like, people on Earth discovered a way to open a portal between dimensions, and it just so happens that a dimension close to Earth shares a lot of characteristics with Earth's imagery of the afterlife, the underworld kind of thing, like the whole fire, brimstone, and demons, even though like no human who dies here ever actually turns up in that alternate dimension. Like, people have taken to kind of referring to it as hell. And the demons do kind of share a lot of characteristics with what people tend to imagine when they think of demons. But due to this new connection between the realms, there are people invested in trying to figure out if you can make this relationship work. Like, you want the two species, I guess, to be able to coexist. And so as a part of this experiment, there is now an exchange program. So while the Prince of Hell is going to be attending college for a semester on Earth, there is a human attending a semester of college at a demon school in the other dimension. So Owen is not especially happy about this, like, not because he has anything against demons, but because this pulls him into a lot of the tension that's been going around, since you have the religious fanatics who are really opposed to all this, and then there's protesters outside the dorms. Like, it looks like his college career is definitely not going to be as peaceful or ordinary as he had hoped, and all of these things might interfere with his plans for his own future. But at the same time, this is a really important opportunity. Like, he gets called in by the head of the school, and she essentially tells him that she might be able to get him an internship at Google if he can make this roommate situation work out. Like, if he can demonstrate, I guess, that people and demons can peacefully and happily coexist, then she will basically help him set up his be able to meet his eventual career goals and everything. So he kind of has a big incentive for making this work. Unfortunately for Owen, said demon is a terrible roommate. Like, not only is he performing random seances, and he has this demon cat, even though you're not allowed to have pets, he brings random people home at night, like hookups that keep Owen awake, and he doesn't clean anything on his side of the room. Like, even though he does seem like a good person and he seems genuinely trying hard to be a good roommate, he doesn't appear to know how, and there's so many points of friction that it gets to the point that Owen actually thinks about giving up on the internship and moving out. But one thing leads to another. Like, the demon also has his own goals. Like, he needs to present a positive image of the potential relationship between people and demons, and his parents are coming down hard on him also for being a little bit too wild and playing too closely into people's stereotypes of demons. So he lies and tells his parents that he's not going to do that anymore, and that in fact Owen is his boyfriend, which his parents are thrilled about because he seems like a nice, normal human and a really good, like it would set a good example, I suppose. So anyways, Owen decides to help him in this facade, or like they come to an agreement where the demon will work really, really hard to be a better roommate if Owen can help him convince the rest of the world that they are in fact dating and that he is a not that different from other people, basically. So they want this relationship to look genuine and for everyone to be convinced that human-demon relations can in fact be very good. So the story follows them as they embark on this facade, and like there's all these kind of juggling the lies that they have to tell with the fact that they are actually starting to like each other, and with everything, just the troubles, I guess, of starting college in the first place. Let's see. So something that I liked. I kind of appreciated that the story touched on just certain things I think that people kind of have to think about as they go into college that things like just the practical side of things, like balancing pursuing your dreams with also needing to think about how to be secure, like financially speaking. Like, I'm a big proponent of following your dreams, but I'm also a big proponent of having backup plans and being prepared. And I guess for Owen, this involves kind of thinking about what kind of things he is and isn't willing to do for the sake of what he thinks would be like his dream job and stuff like that. Like it looks at a lot of the practical questions and stuff that I think people should probably think a little bit about when they go into college. And I do think this was a very lifey kind of story. So, people don't really die. Like it wasn't as funny as I was hoping it would be, but it also wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be once I looked through the whole premise. Like with the whole lies that they have to tell, like a lot of that didn't go as badly, I guess, as I've seen it go in other stories. But something I did not like. I found a lot of things about Owen's handling of the situation extremely frustrating, like especially in the first third or so of the story. Like there's all these times where he chooses not to say something and then gets upset by it, and I would just like a lot of his bad roommate issues, like the whole roommate not cleaning after themselves, those are perfectly normal human roommate issues. Like I felt like it irritated me how he would think, like he just wouldn't bring it up because he doesn't want to cause arguments, but all he's really doing is pushing it off. And I think when you don't set those boundaries early with a roommate, it actually makes it a little your fault when things don't go well because you never tried to establish any ground rules, especially when said demon actually gave him a lot of chances to do so. Like it's like he let bad things progress worse and worse through his own inaction. Like, to be fair, like a big part of the story was Owen learning that he couldn't just sit back and do nothing because he was afraid. Like, he had to actually take action in order to ensure that things like go well, I suppose, or at least try to make sure that things go well. So that was part of his learning process in this story, but that was still really frustrating to me. Like, I have plenty of terrible roommate stories, and I know plenty of people with their own terrible roommate stories, and a lot of times they're terrible for a lot of the same reasons. So I feel a bit like the whole demon thing like isn't really a great excuse for not trying